And I am back. Hello, I'm Erik, and I want to thank you very much for joining me for another wine study. We are resuming my study of Italy. Really glad to be back. I was sick for about a week. Finally, mostly gotten over that. Feeling a lot better, so I'm looking forward to resuming our study. We began our study of Italy in Piemonte, then we went to Friuli, did a bunch of wines from Tuscany, then Umbria. Then I acquired more wines from Italy, decided to cover all 20 regions. So we went back up to Valle d'Aosta, and now we're in Liguria with this 2016 La Baia del Sol, Ora de Isi, if they pronounce that correctly, Vermentino from the Colli di Luni DOC. But before getting into this wine, here are my notes on Liguria, the Colli di Luni DOC, and the Vermentino grape. The Liguria region of Italy consists of a 350-kilometer, over 200 miles, narrow band of mountainous coastland south of the Piedmont, with the Alps and the province to the west, the Alpine Mountains and the Emilia-Romagna to the east, and a small border shared with Tuscany in the southeast along the Ligurian Sea. Liguria has a Mediterranean climate. Although there are 100 grape varieties in this region, Liguria is generally known for its domestic white wines, and no international white grape varieties are widely grown. The most important white grapes are Bosco, Bagato, and Vermentino. No international red grape varieties are widely grown in Liguria. Well-known Italian varietals such as Sangiovese and Dolcetto, as well as local red varieties including Rosé and Ciligiolo. Liguria production. Following Valle d'Aosta, Liguria is the second lowest wine-producing region in Italy. It consists of approximately 14,800 acres, or 6,000 hectares, of vineyards, of which 1,235 acres, or 500 hectares, are classified as DOCs. Liguria's average annual wine production is about 10 million liters, 19th in volume among the regions, and about 50% classified as DOC and 9% as IGT with no DOCGs. There are currently over 2,500 vintners who bottle over 30,105 hectoliters, that's around 795,290 gallons, of wine per year. There are over 400 producers of IGT who produce around 3,548 hectoliters, around 93,729 gallons per year. That is a total of about 2.5 million bottles, or 208,000 cases per year. Given its limited wine production, little Ligurian wine is exported to North America. Liguria DOCs. Liguria has no DOCGs. It has 3 IGTs, and it has 8 DOCs, which are as follows. Cinque Terre DOC, Colli di Luni DOC, which is where our wine is from in this video, and that's furthest to the east in the pink there on the map. Colli di Levanto DOC, Golfo del Tegulio Portofino DOC, Pornasio, or also known as Ormeisco de Pornasio DOC, Rivera Liguria de Ponente DOC, Rosa de Dolce Acqua DOC, and Val Posevera DOC. Colli di Luni DOC. Now, Colli means mountain, so wherever you see that, it's a reference to a mountain. The Colli di Luni DOC was established as a DOC in 1989. The primary white grape varietals are Abarola and Vermentino, which is what we're going to review in this video. And the primary red grape varietal is Sangiovese. Bianco, which would be a white blend, must consist of a minimum of 35% Vermentino and 25 to 40% Trebbiano. Rosso must consist of a minimum of 50% Sangiovese. Vermentino. So there are 3 Italian grapes that begin with a V that you're going to want to remember for an exam.
because on an exam they may ask, name 3 Italian grapes and discuss them. And they'll often exclude Pinot Grigio since that one is so well known. So the 3 Italian grapes you want to remember, begin with a V, are Vermentino, Vernaccia, and Verdicchio. So we'll cover those grapes in other videos. All right, so Vermentino is also known as Pigatto, which means spotted from the appearance of the ripe grapes. So if you look at the picture of the grapes to the left, if you look closer, you can see little tiny spots here and there. DNA evidence proves that Pigatto Vermentino and is the same grape as known as Favorita in Piedmont and Rolle in Provence, France. It tends to have high acidity and aromas of peach, lemon peel, dried herbs, and a saline minerality. In Liguria, Pigatto is the principal variety in white wines from Colli di Luni, which is what we're reviewing today. So if you can think about the climate and the region of Liguria, it's mostly has this huge seafront. So you can imagine the cuisine is going to be seafood. So here you have a light white grape that tends to have some salinity to it. It really is going to tend to lend itself to pairing really well with the local seafood. So as they say, what grows together goes together. So these old world regions, their cuisine and their wines tend to pair really, really well together because they just naturally come from the climate, the soil, and everything else. All right, let's move on.
Alrighty, so I'm really glad to be back. I was just feeling really under the weather for an entire week. And it's not just, sore throat and stuffed up nose and all that, but the throat lozenges, they have so much sugar and they coat your throat and they coat your mouth. So it really affects your ability to taste anything accurately, as well as all the medications you tend to take. So I'm really glad to be back and resuming this study. Let's get into this wine. So the wine is clear. It is really golden. I'd say it's a lemon gold in color. Medium minus viscosity on the nose. While it is clean and correct, I would say pronounced aromas. And it has some very, I would say, concentrated and sort of almost intense aromas of peach. Peach, and not just peach, peach skin. Apricot. So we're looking at stone fruits. Pears, but almost slightly dried pears. Golden apples. Some Meyer lemon. So we got stone fruit, we got tree fruit, we got citrus. And there's actually a slight salty sea breeze, like the smell of the ocean. A little bit of floral notes, I would say. Actually, in fact, a little bit more than a little. Some jasmine. I'm also picking up some slightly dried pineapple. Green melon. So it's got quite a bit going on there. But the big things is this peach skin, apricot, golden apples, Meyer lemons. You got a little bit of citrus, and those florals. Really, really beautiful nose. All right, on the palate. One more. Wine is dry, but it's fruity. Medium plus acidity. I'm almost ready to go high. Let's go high acidity. It's a high acid wine. Medium bodied, and a real long finish. It's almost as if it has a little tannin. It seems like it may have had some exposure to skins. If you're familiar with orange wines, that has a little bit of that going on. So on the palate, I get a confirmation of the nose, that really intense peach skin, apricot, pear, almost like a dried pear. little bit of melon, a little bit of pineapple, a hint of that salty minerality to it, and then the florals on the back end, a little bit of jasmine. Really a delicious wine. I don't drink a lot of Vermentino. I've had it before. And so, as I mentioned in my notes, there's 3 Italian white wines you really need to know that begin with a V: Verdicchio, Vermentino, and Vernaccia. I would really like to do a side-by-side comparison of these 3 grapes and then add to it Pinot Grigio. Pinot Grigio is the more common Italian white grape that tends to show up on exams. But I would really like to do an Italian white tasting and taste these all side by side. Because right now, I don't have it completely dialed in my head that I would recognize this in a blind taste. But it's a delicious wine. Score-wise, I'm going to give it a solid 92 points. This is really, really nice. Of course, maybe I'm a little overly excited. I haven't had any wine. Actually, since Christmas Day, I haven't had any wine. That's unusual for me. This is a really affordable wine if you can find it. It goes for about 15 to 16 bucks. So I think it's an excellent play on the dollar-wise. All right, so that's it for this review. If you have subscribed to this channel, I want to thank you very much. If you haven't yet subscribed, but you like watching my videos, I would greatly appreciate it if you subscribe. Give it a thumbs up, share it with friends and family on Facebook, Twitter, and other social networking channels. And I want to say Happy New Year's to all my new viewers. My subscription rates have really been jumping up. If you have a Facebook account and you want to study along with me, you want to check out the Erik Way Taste Facebook group, the link is down below. All right, until next time, cheers.